Welcome to my YouTube channel, or welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you for liking and subscribing below. Today, we're going to talk about learning to run your energy in a way that gives you the outcome that you desire. As you've heard myself and many other people say throughout the cosmos, everything is made out of subatomic particles, everything. So when you want a situation in your life to be different, you want a different outcome. Let's say there's something that you've done many times and the outcome has always been the same and you're disappointed. Today on the radio show, a great example was a woman called in who was about to move out of the state she's been living in and go live with her partner in a different state. They'd already purchased a home, and she had been dreading telling her daughter, who's an adult and doesn't live with her but lives with her dad. Her daughter has had some mental needs over the years, some mental challenges. And so the mother is afraid to tell her because she doesn't want yelling or screaming or fighting or arguing, because that's been part of their history. However, even though that's been part of the history, the mom holding that energy in her body of what's going to happen, almost like, oh, I don't want this to happen. She's actually attracting that to happen. She's calibrating her subatomic particles to match the old solution that she doesn't like, that doesn't make her happy, but is familiar to her and one that she doesn't want. We are actually very powerful beings. You are connected to your higher self, which is mostly outside of the earth, vibrating in the heavens somewhere, this higher aspect of your consciousness. When you stay in a vibration of what you don't want, and people do this all day long, they want more money, but they vibrate in the fear of not having enough. They would love to have love in their life, but they vibrate in not having enough love. Their body is hurting and having health issues. They would love to not have health issues, but they can't stop, or they think they can't stop vibrating in the fear and the panic or the pain of health issues. If you can stop the frequency of what you don't want in your body and create the frequency of what you do want, it's going to make a huge difference, because your higher self-consciousness is there waiting to align with you in the vibration of your desire. It won't align with you in the vibration of your lack of desire, because that's not a true representation of your authenticity. That's resistance, which is fear, anger, doubt, worry. All of those things are resistance. So your higher self will not join that kind of frequency. It doesn't understand that frequency, doesn't collaborate with it. But what if the woman in question from the radio show would remind herself that her daughter is an adult, that she's an adult, that they both have free will, they can live wherever they want in the world, they can live with whoever they want to in the world, and that it doesn't really matter what other people think, that one's own happiness and fulfillment is a very personal endeavor, and only the individual knows what's in their best interest. What if she began, and any of you have a situation that's similar, you could begin to use your intellectual mind, which really only needs to be a very minimal aspect of shifting your frequency, to start to tell yourself a different story. The truth, actually, that in this case, the woman's an adult, the daughter's an adult, people have free will and they can live wherever they want. As soon as we start to do that, then our mind can step aside a little bit, calm down, because all the fear, anxiety, and worry that we have about whatever the topic is really mentally driven. It isn't from your authentic self. It's not from your intuition. It's not from your connection to spirit. It's from the lack of all of those things. That's what low frequency is about. It's about where you're visiting, maintaining the vibration of something that is not a representation of your authentic self. So once you have a little talk with yourself, the truth, and that's always a fun question to ask, well, what is the truth about this situation? Not what I'm terrified of, not what I'm worried of, not what I don't want to have happen, because none of those are the truth. Anyway, as soon as you can get to the truth of the situation, then you're going to start to shift your frequency. And then you can begin to use positive, curious, what if questions. What if everyone is celebrating my new move to this new location? And try to be general. Don't say, what if my daughter is celebrating it? No, because you're not going to believe that anyway, and you're going to keep your energy low. So you want to change it to, what if everyone, as if you're at a big party, a going away party, and everyone's dancing with you and celebrating this new fun move that you're going to have in your life. Keep it kind of general. If it's about your health and you've been worried about an aspect of your body, and you have gotten to a place in your logical mind, because sometimes that can be helpful when we get the logical mind to relax. What if I could have a different outcome with my health? What if it is possible to heal one's body? What if health is a normal state of being and I'm learning how to return to this normal state of being? So once you set a few questions that get your intellect to become curious about it, then you can even do positive personal what if questions. What if my body is vibrating in health every single day? What if whatever I choose to heal my body works exponentially? And when you start to move into this alignment, your higher self is going to um, align with you and bring you more energy, more connection, more understanding, more clarity, which is going to help you to feel confident about where you're moving your energy. And when you're in that space, you can only imagine the outcomes you're going to attract to yourself. They will be fulfilling, enriching, healthy. You probably will do things differently. When people gain awareness to their higher self through not listening to their mind or readjusting their thinking and shifting their subatomic particles, you get information that is very authentic and wise and helpful, but it's not going to be what your mind has ever told you. It's going to be very different. I'm always surprised when people continue to have relationships with people, even people they're related to, that are not fun, loving, or compassionate. I'm very surprised how hard people will work to maintain bonds with individuals that actually don't offer a positive resolve in their life. And if it's not a positive resolve for you, then it's not a positive resolve for them. So I'm using this as an example because once you move in alignment, you're probably going to hear or see or feel or have some sort of understanding like, oh, having a relationship with this person, even though it's a relative or a partner or a boss, isn't actually good for me, which will then get you excited about not having that relationship in your life. There are 7 billion human souls on the planet. You have a lot of people that you could have relationships with, a lot of people who could be your boss or friends or lovers. And being in relationships where you have to overcompromise and do things that you don't want to do that don't make you happy are not beneficial for anyone, no matter who they are. And I'm just using that as an example because your higher self is going to give you information that goes against the human intellect. The human intellect says we have to love you can love everyone, of course, but you don't have to eat dinner with them. That we have to, make sure we have dinner with all these people and go on vacation with these people and stay married to these people, that there's some karmic reason why we're together. No, the only karmic reason why you're in difficult and challenging relationships is because you want to learn to not choose those. You want to learn to choose yourself, to fall madly in love with you, to think that you're amazing, deserving, and worthy, so you can attract people who see, hear, and feel you and believe those things about themselves as well. The same thing is true about health issues in your body. It's not a karmic necessity for you to have health issues in your body. If you have one, it's because there's something you want to learn and you haven't been able to learn it without creating a health issue. And so it's another opportunity to gain more awareness and consciousness. And once you start to raise your frequency, your higher self is going to tell you something that you didn't imagine. Like people who only choose holistic medicine probably need to put some modern medicine into their body if it's not getting better. People who only choose modern medicine probably need to choose holistic medicine to help their body get well. Or sometimes there's a combination, or sometimes we just need to fall madly in love with ourselves and we're going to naturally heal, but it's not going to be what your mind tells you. That's one of the ways you're going to know you're on the right track, that your vibration is elevated, that you're having a wonderful, bright, fulfilling day, because you're hearing, seeing, and feeling information that your mind doesn't understand, would not necessarily support, but because you're elevated, your frequency is elevated, your mind is quiet, it's open, it's non-judgmental, it's very curious, and it hopes that you will try on the new information that is coming into your consciousness. Thank you for listening. Have a great day.